Demonstrators protest Trump's executive order on immigration. CSUN's Resource Fair brings awareness to eating disorders.
This is Valley View News.
Hello and welcome to Valley View News. I'm Ashley LaRue.
And I'm Alfredo Perez.
Members of the Council on American Islamic Relations spoke at CSUN on Monday about President Trump's proposed travel ban on certain nations. Valley View's Alfredo Perez has more.
Know Your Rights workshops on campuses. We see a lot of
The speakers addressed the current situation with Trump's executive order, which has been held up by the courts. They also provided information on how to deal with a proposed ban.
This whole event today is kind of addressing what we've seen, what's been done by the Trump administration, publishing these executive orders, which took a direct stance on marginalizing the Muslim community, the immigrant communities, and banning people from seven Muslim-majority nations.
The program was launched.
Muslim speakers answered questions on the executive orders. Nizarine Elamin Abdelrahman was a detainee at JFK when Trump's executive order was enforced. She says it had tremendous impact on her.
The main way that it's changed my life is that I'm now separated from my family. My parents are in Sudan, and I was hoping to bring them to the United States, and I'm probably not going to be able to do that, and they're elderly.
The Islamic group will continue to bring its message to different communities. In Northridge, for Valley View News, I'm Alfredo Perez. History repeats itself yet again, with underground networks protecting undocumented people. Rapid Response, the group based in Los Angeles, are buying homes for families to live in. The Safe House across Southern California will give refuge to immigrants from ICE.
Protests against President Trump's policies continue across Southern California. Valley View's news reporter Susanna Guzman shows us the Free the People immigration march last month.
Thousands marched through the streets of downtown Los Angeles to protest President Donald Trump's immigration policies. A truck playing music led the march from Pershing Square to City Hall. Protesters held a variety of signs. The crowd was diverse and also ranged in age. Many marched in support of immigrant families, including Army veteran Bridget Granados.
We're all a part of America. When I served this country, I served because, my family was welcomed here as immigrants, and I decided to serve a country that I was proud of, and I believe that we need to continue fighting for these rights.
The route of the march had to be changed once Trump supporters showed up encouraging Trump's plan to build the wall. One Trump supporter, Lena Runfola, says that she's not against immigrants, only those who come to the country illegally.
We don't hate the immigrant. We welcome immigrants. I married a first-generation immigrant. It's not the immigration, it's the illegalness.
Police separated the two sides with yellow tape after several arguments broke out.
I'm not even an immigrant.
After the march, protesters gathered at City Hall to listen to speakers upset by Trump's executive orders. The protest and rally were held in response to immigration enforcement raids and in support of Los Angeles as a sanctuary city. In downtown Los Angeles, Susanna Guzman, Valley View News.
According to the Alabama Department of Public Health, the spread of flu-like illnesses has increased. Historically, flu season runs from December to March. However, Dr. Michael Ramirez says that peak flu season occurs between January and February. He said that early detection of the flu is the key to getting better faster.
They call it JADE for Joint Advocates on Disordered Eating. CSUN students got a chance last month to learn more about it at a resource fair. Valley View's Yael Allen shows us.
CSUN's JADE program hosted National Eating Disorder Awareness Week. The fair dealt with some of the most common eating disorders college students deal with, including anorexia nervosa, bulimia, and binge eating. Studies show that nearly 20% of college students say they have or have previously had an eating disorder. One JADE volunteer says she suffered from an eating disorder herself.
I suffered from purging disorders, and it was like a constant battle that I had for many years. And going through that, not only did it help me want to help out other people, I actually became a psychology major, and I'm majoring to specialize in helping people who suffer from eating disorders, anorexia nervosa, bulimia, binge, purge, all of that.
The purpose of the fair is to help students feel good about themselves, says CSUN Peer Program Specialist Samir Hamawi.
We want to have that conversation here at CSUN and let students know that it's something that we see, something that we're aware of, that even students can develop, and we really want to promote body acceptance regardless of size, shape, color.
One workshop focused specifically on Black female beauty and binging. The session was led by CSUN psychologist Paulette Teresa.
When we're speaking specifically about Black women, the literature tells us that Black women today in the United States are the #1 binge eaters. And that being the case, I think it's important for our young ladies and everyone else to understand of the different ways in which they are impacted that leads to binge eating and other disorders.
The fair had a variety of activities, giveaways, and wellness workshops. More than 14 programs were represented, including CSUN Helpline and the Oasis Wellness Center. Students who visited 10 tables or more could pick up a bag of free organic groceries and even spend a little time with puppies brought out for puppy therapy. Hamawi says he hopes the fair will help students become more aware of the support services available to them and what works and doesn't work when it comes to dieting.
We really want to shift the culture of what the body ideal is and really preach self-acceptance and sort of be anti-diet and kind of promote the message that diets don't work, and it really just kind of perpetuates a cycle of shame and not being able to kind of achieve that as a lifestyle choice. So we really want people to become more mindful of the relationship they have with food.
The National Eating Disorders Association says the goal of the Awareness Week is to shine the spotlight on eating disorders and put life-saving resources into the hands of those in need. This is Yael Allen in Northridge for Valley View News.
Almost 1 in 5 kids in Canoga Park is obese. CSUN received a grant to combat unhealthy eating habits in the area.
Valley View News reporter Alex Razzo sat down with one of the professors on the program to discuss how this grant will help.
Hello, everyone. I am here with theater professor Doug Kabak. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Alex.
We're here to discuss the Champions for Change Healthy Communities Initiative. So if you don't mind me asking, as the director of the Neighborhood Partners in Action, what made you want to join with this initiative?
Alex, we've been doing a number of campus and community collaborations for about the last 4 or 5 years. We've established a relationship that is ongoing with the community in Canoga Park, just west of campus, and we've cultivated 30, 40 different partnerships with schools and local government agencies and nonprofit organizations, for-profit companies, chambers of commerce, etc. We're doing all sorts of wonderful things, leveraging the resources of Cal State Northridge. What are our resources here? Our 40,000 plus student population, our incredible faculty and staff. And what we've realized is that we can make a difference in our neighboring community by finding resources that might help mitigate certain problems, social ills. We can work to foster social change in really positive ways that include partnering in an interdisciplinary capacity with different departments and different centers and initiatives here on campus. And so that's where the opportunity really came about to write a grant to LA County Department of Public Health, their Champions for Change initiative, which is about healthy eating and a healthy community. And we pursued this last spring. It was very competitive. We did not expect to get it, and we got it. It's a significant grant for 3 years.
It is quite the significant grant. It was, I believe, $880,000.
That's correct.
What was the process involved in getting this?
Well, really the process was identifying who our campus partners were going to be in terms of writing the grant. So the Institute for Community Health and Wellbeing and our Canoga Park initiative, which I direct, the Neighborhood Partners in Action, working together with the Maryland Magrum Center for Nutrition and Dietetics that's housed in the Department of Family and Consumer Sciences. We have collaborated on a number of initiatives previously, and when this grant opportunity came through the pipeline, we decided, yeah, this would be a great thing to pursue. And again, not knowing whether we would get it or not, we started to figure out, okay, we do nutrition education, we do community garden building and maintaining through a number of programs in Magrum Center. The Institute and NPA have all of these community partners that we are currently working together with in Canoga Park. Let's see if we can articulate something that will be compelling and interest the county public health to award us this grant, and in fact, that's what happened.
Mm-hmm. There's so many programs involved with this, and I know there's a lot out there already, but what is something that you personally would hope comes from this project?
What I'm most hopeful for, and it's really the long-term commitment that CSUN has with Canoga Park, is that sense of community, that sense that we can foster educational goals in different ways that are not just sitting in a classroom and disseminating ideas and knowledge to students. What we can really do in an experiential way is aggregate resources. We can find ways to utilize the space and the land that these centers, these venues exist on, and how can we, in this particular grant, build community gardens that grow actual food that people can use? How can we participate more in the community farmers market that happens every Saturday morning? How can we start to see entrepreneurial activities for some of the families that might be low-income families, or some of the community agencies that are desperately in need of more assistance, more resources so they can do their jobs? These are the sort of long-term goals I'm hopeful for, that this grant will help stimulate. Already we're seeing a tremendous response from our community partners, and a lot of excitement and energy to get this going.
It's incredible work. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for being here. Now back to you guys in the studio.
When we come back, we will have entertainment news, including the mix-up at the Oscars.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Now let's go to Susanna Guzman with the latest in entertainment.
It was a Hollywood moment with a twist. Minutes after La La Land was announced for Best Picture, its producer said Moonlight was the actual winner.
There's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Moonlight won. Come on, this is not a joke.
This was the first mistake of its kind in Oscars history, and that's not the only first in Academy history. An advocacy group says Moonlight is the first LGBTQ film to win an Oscar for Best Picture. Mahershala Ali makes the Academy Awards history for being the first Muslim actor to win an Oscar. He won Best Supporting Actor for Barry Jenkins' Moonlight. In his speech, he thanked everyone who helped him achieve his award.
I'm so blessed to have had an opportunity. It was about Juan, it was about Chiron, it was about Paula. Cast and crew, it's just such a wonderful experience.
Ali's Oscar triumph comes after President Trump's executive order restricting individuals from 7 Muslim-majority countries to enter the U.S. This year's biggest accessory at the Oscars was a blue ACLU ribbon. The ribbon represents the work of the American Civil Liberties Union. Recently, this organization made headlines for its advocacy against the immigration ban. The organization is hosting a campaign called Stand with ACLU, which encourages celebrities to wear the ribbon in support of the nonpartisan group. Celebrities like Barry Jenkins, Karlie Kloss, Ruth Negga, and Lin-Manuel Miranda wore the blue ribbon at the Academy Awards. Beyoncé broke the internet last month with her pregnancy news. Now Beyoncé is breaking hearts by announcing she's canceled her Coachella performance. Alicia Dieguez has more on the story.
The internet went crazy when Coachella announced Beyoncé as one of its 2017 headliners at the festival. But now, Beyoncé's company Parkwood Entertainment and Coachella's promoter Golden Voice released a joint statement canceling her performance. Fans like Erica Villalbazo were not too happy.
I was really upset. I was really excited to see Beyoncé. I personally can never see her when she's on tour because her tickets are so pricey, and so I was excited to see her at Coachella since I knew I was already going. And she was actually one of the people that I was most looking forward to see.
Other customers aren't so much upset on Beyoncé backing out of the 3-day concert, but instead are mad because of the ticket value on the secondary market. Ticket buyers like Zivag Alexanian were upset for more practical reasons.
I bought a few tickets with the thought of reselling it to the public, making some money. But now knowing that Beyonce is not going, it's kind of unfortunate because I feel like the resale value is going to go down. So we'll see how that ends up.
Her spokespeople say Beyoncé is following the advice of her doctors to keep a less rigorous schedule in the coming months. Golden Voice has not mentioned who will be performing in Beyoncé's slot. Radiohead and Kendrick Lamar are the other artists headlining the festival April 14th and the 16th and April 21st and 23rd. Beyoncé would have been the first female headliner since 2007. However, Golden Voice has confirmed she will be headlining the festival in 2018. In Northridge, this is Alicia Dieguez for Valley View News.
Actor and director Bill Paxton has passed away due to complications from surgery. He was 61 years old. Paxton appeared in more than 90 TV shows and movies in his 40-year career. He was also a director on films such as The Greatest Game Ever Played and Frailty. Paxton began his career in Hollywood working on films in the art department. His death came in the middle of the first season as Detective Frank Rourke in the TV series Training Day. That's all for entertainment. Now back to you.
When we come back,
CSUN's baseball coach.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Ms. Stevens, I just wiped malware off our system. People have got to stop clicking unsolicited email links and downloading free software unless it's from a trusted source.
Sounds great.
We need a data backup plan in a separate location in case we get hacked.
We need to focus on making profits, not spending them.
Learn to protect yourself from ransomware. If you become a victim, contact your local FBI office.
You guys going to my party on Friday?
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be crazy.
All right.
What's up, dude? I'm loving your jacket.
Don't be such a fag.
If you don't mean it, why say it? Words hurt. Think before you speak.
Now let's go to Jordan Williams with the latest in sports.
Thank you, Alfredo. Lakers hosted their first game since Magic Johnson became president of basketball operations. They welcomed the Spurs into town. Start in the first quarter, Kawhi Leonard for the Spurs doing some Kawhi Leonard things. Check out the sick reverse right there. In the second quarter, Dedmon with the big putback. Isaiah Thomas Robinson coming back with one of his own putbacks. Laker rookie Brandon Ingram with the big slam, had a career-high 22 points, as well as a Laker team high. San Antonio went on to win the game, 119-98. In the same night, the Clippers hosted the Hornets. We go straight to the fourth quarter, where Nicholas Batum was lighting up the Clippers with back-to-back threes. Chris Paul came right back with his own three to tie the game up at 96. We go straight into overtime with J.J. Redick feeding Griffin down low. Griffin finished with 43 points. The last play of the game, Hornets had a chance to take the lead, but Kemba Walker turned the ball over, and the Clippers went on to win the game. The Honda Classic Golf Tournament was last weekend in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. We picked things up with leader Ricky Fowler, who's going to birdie the 8th hole.
Try to creep over to his hole a little bit. This would be some kind of a pass.
Fowler was hot all day. We go to the 12th hole, where guess what? He's going to birdie again. And it wasn't just the putter that was doing Fowler favors all day. Check out this approach shot on the 16th, where he went on to birdie the hole. And on the 18th, Fowler is going to sink another birdie for a 4-stroke victory. Here it is again. It was Fowler's first victory at the Honda Classic, where he previously failed to capture the title in 4 attempts. This is Greg Moore's 4th season as head coach for the CSUN baseball team. Valley View's Eric Scalar goes in depth with him about his approach.
CSUN's head baseball coach, Greg Moore, best describes his coaching style as a teaching-first approach.
That's my job, that's my goal. If I'm a good teacher, then I have the impact I want to have. I don't look at it in terms of just telling these guys what to think. I want to teach them how and why to think.
Coach Moore has developed multiple dimensions to his coaching philosophy. He came up with the idea for what is now known as the Diamond University program while studying at the University of San Francisco.
My master's thesis in 2001 was Diamond University. It was a 9-inning course, and I was 21 years old trying to figure out how to work a couple things together.
One of Coach Moore's main focuses in the program is to correlate lessons learned on the field with experiences off the field. For instance, his team will look at a movie, an article, and a book, all revolving around the same theme.
We're borrowing from all 3 of those to show our players, hey, this is the same idea that you're focusing on the field, but here it shows up in different aspects of life, whether it's business, education, different forms.
He played collegiately for 2 years at Long Beach City College and then transferred to USF, where he spent 2 seasons. After finishing his playing career, he transitioned into a volunteer assistant coach for USF and moved up the ranks as time went on, eventually becoming their head coach.
At one point or another, I realized I was going to either be a police officer or a coach, and I stayed there at University of San Francisco and began coaching there in 2001.
Since Moore has come to CSUN, 6 of his former Matadors have been drafted in the MLB first-year player draft. In addition to helping his own players get to the next level, Coach Moore has been helping players from around the country hone their skills. For the past 3 years, Coach Moore has been on the Team USA U18 coaching staff.
It's an honor, first of all. It's beautiful. You see these young guys come in, they've been told they're the best in the country. They've been told this since they were probably 10, 12 years old. But then they put the country's colors on and USA on their chest, and you see the egos melt away. They see that there are things in life that are bigger than them.
Coach Moore says that the most rewarding part of being a coach is seeing growth in his players, not only as baseball players, but as men and members of the community. The Matadors are looking to build off the success they saw last year when they won 33 games for the 2nd year in a row. In Northridge, I'm Eric Sklar for Valley View News.
The 58th running of the Daytona 500 took place this past weekend. Race favorite Dale Earnhardt Jr. was all smiles before the race, but unfortunately for him, that smile quickly turned to a frown as he crashed after 104 clean laps. 4 crashes took out half the field, including past winner Jimmy Johnson and favorite Kyle Busch. Earnhardt Jr.'s car was too damaged to continue. Kurt Busch made his move in the final laps, overtaking Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney. It was Busch's first Daytona 500 victory. Boxing legend Manny Pacquiao will defend his welterweight title against Amir Khan. The fighters will face off on April 23rd. Khan last fought in May of last year when he moved up 2 weight classes and was knocked out by Canelo Alvarez. Pacquiao reclaimed his welterweight title in November in a dominant performance against Jesse Vargas. The location of the fight has yet to be determined. That's all for sports. Now back to you.
Laziness can play an important role in the diet of a college student. Many get so lazy and choose to buy fast food. Rather than making a homemade meal, reporter Michael Ramirez has the story.
Cooking is a problem for many college students, but not for CSUN student Hugo Brambilla. The 20-year-old computer information technology major learned to cook in high school. He says eating out is costly.
You end up spending a lot of money. Like if you buy lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you buy it, like a McDonald's or anything like that. Not necessarily McDonald's, but anywhere else. It adds up pretty quickly. You could be spending almost $30, more than $30 a day, which ends up adding up quite a bit throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year. It adds up to quite a bit of money.
CSUN student Amanda Valadez also likes to cook, like this Mexican dish called cóctel de camarón. She thinks she knows why most college students don't cook.
I think it has to do a lot with laziness, because I don't think you need your parents to teach you how to learn how to cook, because you could go on like a lot of websites, you could go on YouTube, like you could type in whatever it is that you want to learn how to make, like you could type in like how to make tacos, and they're going to show you step by step of the whole process.
I appreciate it, man. But most college students we talk to prefer fast food to cooking themselves.
Honestly, since I'm always on the go and I'm never home, and I don't have time in between classes, fast food is the most convenient way for me.
I don't consider myself lazy, but thanks to my busy work schedule, Monday through Friday, I tend to eat out a lot. And because of that, I just don't have enough time to cook.
One of the reasons why I do eat fast food is because it's the convenience. I'm always at school, either by working or doing projects or homework or whatever, and so I'm not at home all the time.
I prefer cooking because I know how to cook, so I'd rather cook than go eat fast food. And then if I go eat fast food, I could gain weight, and I don't want to do that. So I'd just rather cook for myself.
Hugo Brambilla says, cooking not only saves you money, but it's fun and can lead you to a lifetime of experimentation.
My mom particularly did teach me how to cook. There's just the basics, rice, chicken, meat, beans, and whatnot. Just the basics of how to know how to cook, and then kind of just experiment here and there.
Most college students find fast food much quicker to eat. In Northridge, Michael Ramirez, Valley View News.
Thank you for watching Valley View News. I'm Ashley LaRue.
And I'm Alfredo Perez.